Hey everybody, I'm Sway, and this is my series where I throw some tips out about speedrunning mentality in general. If you don't know me, I'm a top 3 Titanfall 2 runner, and I've been top 3 for around 2 years now. And, just to get it started, I'm going to roll you something real quick.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't sense anything.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive.
Don't center on your anxieties, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs.
But Master Yoda said I should be mindful of the future.
But not at the expense of the moment. Be mindful of the living force, young Padawan.
Yes, Master.
So I'm just going to be talking about flow state and how we can incorporate it into our speedruns. But if you want more information, I'm going to link 2 really good video essays down in the description. So as I was making the script of this video, I had written out a whole research paper on Taoism and flow, and I didn't realize till I was done with the whole thing. I understand now that that happened because I wasn't really flowing while I was writing. I was so caught up with the idea of living up to the last video I made, and there was just so many expectations and burdens in my head that I just kind of got brought out of the whole process, And that's why I'm making this video. Not just for y'all, but because I need it too. Being in a state of flow, or being in the zone, or playing on fire is when you're so engaged in a task that nothing else really matters. Your mind and body act as one. When you're flowing, things just happen naturally. Let's get something clear though. Flow leads to happiness, happiness leads to confidence, confidence leads to trust, and trust leads to proper execution. Flow is super difficult to grasp and attain at will, and in my experience lately it's been super hard to do in speedruns. So we're going to explore more about flow and how to manifest it at will. First, we got to clear some fundamental things out of the way. Your intent can do a lot to mess with your headspace. If what you work at is fueled by a want to get recognized or make money, you're going to run into some roadblocks really quickly. I won't be the intent police, but I will warn you about self-involved intention being a direct inhibitor to your flow. In my case, when I used to be on amazing runs, I would unintentionally think about what the reaction would be in our Discord when I PB'd, or if I keep this up, I'll be so close to world record, and a bunch of similar ideas that would just take me out of the experience, my breath would grow sharper and I would eventually choke after those thoughts. Tunnel visioning on results is the most counterintuitive thing you can do on your way to a PB. Every time you start a run, embrace the multiple ways it can pan out. Know that no time or goal is owed to you, and just keep playing the game. Next, get comfortable. The way you sit and grip should be the same every time you start up a session. Consistency in real life bleeds into your gameplay. Lastly, get unnecessary distractions out of the way. Tone your stream alerts down a little bit, keep your phone face down, and you really just want to make sure you can stay focused. You'll have enough to worry about in game, and even more to worry about if you're trying to entertain a stream properly. Now, let's get in the nitty gritty. Your mind can only handle so many bits of information at a time. We'll call this your mental stack. You basically just want to limit the inconsequential things that can take up your mental energy. If you have a really tough segment coming up, take a few deep breaths, don't read chat, and loosen up your body. Being in a flow state is basically using almost all of your mental stack on the task at hand. Simplify what's in front of you game-wise, and just let it be. Another thing to keep in mind is that flow happens at the intersection of high skill and high challenge. If the level of challenge is really high, and your skill is a bit too low, you'll be anxious. On the flip side, if your skill is really high but the challenge is low, you'll be pretty relaxed. Honestly, you should do things like talk to chat during those times of relaxation. Now, what I'm getting at right here all leads back to confidence. You need to be confident to reach the flow state, and if you don't have the skill to hit a certain trick, say more than 30% of the time, there's no way you can be flowing when it's coming up. Your mind will be full of self-doubt and other unpleasant thoughts. In these cases, we just need to be better practiced or avoid the trick altogether if we can. The more you practice, the more you flow. Flow is almost a complete contradiction to Western thought, and many people were raised in a way that emphasizes success being focused around being ambitious, taking control, and striving. Forget about all that. I was originally going to go super hard in Taoist analogies and stuff, but there's no need to be pedantic with y'all. I'll just sum it up as, don't try and swim against the current, stop trying to control everything, and just flow with the river that is your speed game. With all that being said, you just really need to drop your tension. Things like building a routine generally make it easier for you to let go. Working out, meditating, getting some sun, getting good sleep, eating good, showering, getting responsibilities out of the way. Throwing even a few of these in your daily life is great. And building a routine builds consistency, and that consistency in life is 100% translated game-wise. Before a run, like, warm up problem tricks and sections, make sure your hands and body are stretched and loose, believe in the practice you did beforehand, and do some meditating. And I mean proper meditating. Like, I can't state enough how important meditation is to you and to your ability and to, like, just how much you can get in a flow. I won't, like, keep going into it, but there's, like, a lot of great meditation apps on the app stores out there, and it'll help you a lot, especially in respect to mindfulness. So, with all that being said, learn to let go. You can be water. I believe in your flow. Peace out, everybody.